tuned into We The Plug Radio with DJ Spinmore and Treasure D.
What's going on? So today we are here to talk about cyberbullying. But before we get into that, I just want to go to this clip real quick because, of course, Travis Scott and the whole situation is trending. And it kind of fell into what I wanted to talk about with cyberbullying. I'm not a Travis Scott fan. I don't really know his music. I'm sure there's a song or two that I know, but the whole thing was the principle. And I took this clip because this was the clip that I originally saw when I heard about the incident. But I saw the clip without any sound. I saw them passing a fainted person across and him, as you'll see in this clip, looking what it appears to be directly at the person. But today when I got up, I happened to hear it with sound. And it just kind of showed me how social media and people and the whole powers that be can manipulate things, and we can formulate opinion and start judging without knowing the whole situation. And of course, this is a tender situation because there are lives lost. So I'm not making any judgment or assessment, but it just kind of falls into, how the social media of things. So I want you to just play it real quick.
Somebody help him. Somebody pass it over here. Somebody pass it over here. No, don't touch it. Don't touch it. Maybe somebody help jump in real quick.
So he's telling you somebody jump in real quick. We got somebody fainted right here. And of course, like I said, when I initially saw it, was out.
They don't want to show.
Right. And so I just, again, it just piggybacking into the topic of what I'm going to talk about today, cyberbullying. And to join me today, we have Mr. Calvin from Organic Brown, New York. And hey, I know him, so I call him Casper, but yes, his name is Calvin. So tell us a little bit about Organic Brownie.
It's a brand that I started for pretty much the slogan is fashion is our canvas, each design is our message. So I wanted to create something that had a message behind it, literally. And that had what am I doing with fashion? Like, am I just creating like something that's cool and fly? Or am I creating something that is, I'm like raising awareness to some point. So it's a piece of me. So a lot of it are pretty much all the collections are advocating for something that I stand for personally, such as anti-littering and recycling, marijuana awareness, self-love, and even our latest collection, which is advocating for bullying awareness and mental health. So yeah, it's just something that I created for that, and to raise awareness, because each one reach one, and the more we reach to the side and teach somebody something, we can raise consciousness on whatever it is that we're advocating for.
And that kind of pulled me in, because when you said the mental health, I was like, okay. Because again, I use, like anybody else, we use the social media for whatever, for to post pictures of the night out we had, a new outfit or whatever. But at the same time, me as a mental health therapist, I realized that sometimes we do things on here that's very unconscious, that has an overall effect. And we might think of it as, I'm just everybody. I'm not a star. I'm not a celebrity. No one is watching my page like that, or I don't have all these viewers, or, it's just general. But what we say and do can really affect someone on an everyday basis, including quote unquote stars.
Right.
We often forget that when people get finances or wealth, or celebrity status, that they're no longer human. They're no longer like us. Right. They're no longer someone who used to live right next door to us or our neighbors, someone we know in everyday life. And right. what we say and do, I just think that, again, I see it with my clients as I hear them and the impact that social media really has on people's everyday lives. Besides the
Right.
fact that we spend an enormous amount of time just surfing it, looking at it, reading the comments. And so what I came to, I said, when I listened to some of my clients and the issues that's causing anxiety, depression for adults, most of it leads back to some sort of on the internet or in the text or some sort of social media abuse. And sometimes
Right.
it's done purposely, but then there's a lot of times that I feel is done not on purpose, because I've done it. I can't sit and say, and I'm trying now to be more conscious of what I say and how I say it on these platforms. Now, that doesn't mean that you don't think it. You
Right.
might think it and you say, like, what's said behind closed doors. Doesn't mean that you're welcome. Everybody has an opinion. And that is not even to say that you can't share your opinion, but it's how you share it, how much you
Right.
say it. And so I wanted to just bring cyberbullying awareness out so that anybody, one person, two people, we can be more conscious of what we're saying and doing when we're on the internet. And what I did
Right.
notice, even with researching the cyberbullying to talk about it, I didn't see adults. Everything said teens and kids, and it's like, oh, you forgot cyberbullying happens for adults.
Absolutely.
And I think as adults, we don't even realize. We tell our children, or if our children is a victim, or don't worry about it, or don't. But we're not realizing in our own actions. And although we all say, tell our children, don't do as I do as I say. No, they watch what we do.
Right.
And so if you have your child on your social page and they see you, oh, it's just social media, why wouldn't they, follow behind and do it? And then I also
Right.
noticed that a lot of times we say things and people don't really know what it is. And so I posted definition. It is just as one of the definitions that I've seen, and I'm going to read it because, again, that's a form, to me, if I don't read it, that's a form of cyberbullying. Because sometimes, because we're on the internet, sometimes we'll just give out information. We'll hand someone a sheet of paper. Oh, I gave you the information. So we assume that they could read.
Right.
Because everyone can't read. And then just because sometimes we know words does not mean that we're comprehending what's going on.
Right.
So I want to
Right.
go back to the definition of the cyberbullying so I could just read it out. And again, sometimes when we say things, we get a better comprehension of it, because I also see that in life now, that's become a difficult thing for us, comprehension. So
Right.
cyberbullying is bullying that takes place over digital devices like cell phones, computers, and tablets. Cyberbullying can occur through SMS, text, and apps, or online in social media forums or gaming where people can view, participate in, or share content. Cyberbullying includes sending, posting, or sharing negative, harmful, false, or mean content about someone else. It can include sharing personal or private information about someone else, causing embarrassment or humiliation. Some cyberbullying crosses the line into unlawful or criminal behaviors. And again, click to the next screen of like where these situations take place. Where do we see most of these cyberbullying? So the most common places where cyberbullying occurs are social media, such as Facebook, Instagram, Snapchat, and TikTok. Text messaging and messaging apps on mobile or tablet devices. Instant messaging, direct messaging, and online chatting over the internet. Online forums, chat rooms, message boards such as Reddit, email, online gaming communities. And I think we can relate where we've seen some sort of bullying on these things. Forget it, on online games. I listen
Yeah.
to my brother and them talk. It's like, if you
Yeah.
and you don't even know them. These are
Yeah.
strangers on here. And
Yeah.
same thing with Instagram. As soon as we see, something, everybody's got an opinion and I'm going to post it. So, and
Right.
then let's kind of talk about like the types. Because again, what kind of pushed me over the level to really talk about this was the recent Jada and Will Smith read the whole red table talk. And
Right.
again, a lot of times this is what I noticed that we do, because people hear something or they see something posted and then they just run with it.
Right.
Very little people take time to go research. So it's like, no, I heard this. Oh, she said that. And then they put it into a context that it sounds like this. And then they're going on. I went,
Right.
when I heard the red table talk, I saw it. I saw people I know on the line posted. It's like, ooh, she said that. You know, let me go see. And when I watch that, oh my gosh, that was one of the most empowering shows. But we're going to definitely leave that for another, because I can go on forever about the content and the message that she was given, that they, the ones who could not comprehend as well, said she was talking about Will. But again, just from her statement, what she gave, she gave empowering words to struggling people. But it turned into, again, look at this. And I know that's your friend. Don't mean to bash. And being honest, I don't even think as a person, I think he kind of caught the win. And it's like, oh, she's saying something about Will again. You know, the entanglement and everything. And it's like, we ride the wave. Look,
you know what's what I'm realizing is the main bully here, right? Is that logo right there. That TSR. I'm not like, I blocked them, right? And not because we had any interaction, but because I felt they was just like gossiping too much. And like, I can't even, because I follow C's, we follow each other. I never even seen, and I'm not making excuses or taking up for something he felt, or like you said, he probably didn't say it in that light. But I never even seen where he said it. I even went back and when we had our own discussion about it, you and I, us three, I went back and I was like, I can't even find it. But this brand, they are so quick, like that's what they live for. That's what their job is, to like the shade room. The shade room.
The shade.
So, so I blocked them because I just got tired of seeing shade. I'm like, it's no different for me than TMZ, and which is another bully, because they follow people around, and the people that don't even want them around. Like, yo, like, invading my privacy. Like, you know, they don't care nothing about that. They feel like if you're a celebrity, oh well, you signed up for this. Is what I've been told about celebrities, and I'm like, that's crazy. But yeah, you know, they'll take somebody's opinion and make it seem like, see, Caesar shades Jada. I want a wife, but not like the kind of person. If that quote is the shade, that's wild, because it sounds like to me that quote is an opinion, and that's cool.
And it falls into the timing, because it does sound like I want a wife, but not that kind of wife. Now, for me to just say it in general, it could be not that kind of wife. I don't like women who got short hair, or I don't, you know, it could be a general statement. But they now applied it with go to the other comments that they were making about the Will and Jada, the marriage as a whole. So with the timing of placing, Mr. Spinmore, can you go to the other comments that they had about Will and Jada's marriage, and you know that's the thing, is like, they'll take somebody's preference, and like, you don't deserve to have that preference. Like you like what's like, you bugging, or what's wrong with you, or like, and it's like, bro, that's what I like. Like, what? That's me. That's my life. I can do it how I want to.
Right. I deserve whatever it is I want.
So like I said, they have some other examples up here, and I'm not going to read them all, but it's like, it's sad if he left her right now, she would be okay with that. Will just needs to load up on Geritol, loaded with vitamin B. Like, he needs to reevaluate his marriage. Yes, it's time for her to go. She's not respecting him. And it's like, first of all, and again, not to bully as well, there's clearly a lack of comprehension.
Absolutely.
It could be education, experience, and all of those factors that even brought anyone to say that she said something negative about Will. So that's for starters. But let's try to give them the benefit of the doubt. Even if she did, that is a marriage. That is their union. That is something that is private. We're sitting on the outside looking at something that happened, and we're making judgment calls. We're trying to just like the whole marriage, like go against something that they established. We don't know what goes on in their home. We don't know what's their private talk. But then when it's us, and we happen to be like, I'm a female and I might be walking to the store because I definitely have all male friends. And I've been accused, oh, you're doing something with them. So should my mate say, I don't want to be with you anymore just because you were walking to the store? But this is just how rumors and life, how it happens. And again, because now of social media, because it's been going on forever. But because of social media, it is now way bigger and it's more impactful. Because again, Jada's, yes, she's wealthy, and I'm sure Will is obviously they have some sort of understanding that they've been target of gossip for the longest, and they continue to have their marriage. But still, no matter what, I'm sure there's sometimes like she got to sit and say, "Well, how did they even come up with that?" And why are they and what? No matter what, that is a form of stress.
Yeah.
So, which now has an impact on your mental and physical health.
Yeah, it's bullying.
Yes, even when you say, "Okay, I don't watch the Shade Room anymore." Why? Because it would make you angry. I do it myself. Sometimes I'll be on and I'll read some of the comments and I get so mad. And like having a mental health effect on me. And so just think, if you are the person that they're talking about and it's your life that they're scrutinizing, how horrible is that? I mean, it doesn't even have a barrier because we got kids.
Yeah.
They'll talk about your child. I look. Give me some post me some other examples of cyberbullying just to show how crazy it is. And even like I don't know. I just think I just hope that people become more aware. In my opinion, I think that we are in a time where it's beyond our control. There was a time, that's why I joined the whole mental health field, social work, because I wanted to change things and change the world. I don't feel defeated, but I do feel at this point, no, I'm not going to be able to change the world. I don't think I'm even going to see a change in the world. Not in my lifetime. And I don't, but I'm not giving up on who I am and what I am because of it. And so if I can help one person the same way as I do in my field and work every day, if I can just help you live a better life for whatever life that we're in right now, that's my goal. If it's one person that watches this and says, you know what, you're right, I didn't even realize, I'm not going to say that anymore. I'm not going to talk to my friends like that on social media. I'm not going to make a fake page or try to shade them in public because I had this feeling from 10 years ago and here's an opportunity for me to hop on a bandwagon. So my goal is to hope people become more aware of mental health as it's becoming more acceptable, I'll say. Now, but while we say, mental health there's also a bunch of people that get on here now because it's an open forum and you can get on and say and do whatever you want to. And we speak out as, what do we call them? Mentors and things of that nature that don't require you to do any studying on psychology and true mental health and know how it can affect a person. So is my goal is really to bring awareness of what you're saying, even on here, as little old you can have a large effect on someone else and can even cause someone else to commit suicide,
Right.
including stars. And that's what
Yeah.
baffles me too, because we'll talk about a star, a celebrity, all these things. You know, again, I don't not to bring up his past, but let's look at Whitney Houston. People bashed her. They talked about the TV show, what substance she was using or possibly using, because no one I know got used any substances with her. But they had all of these statements of fact that they didn't know until again she was until her demise. Right. Whether it was intentional, whether it was but whatever. Now we're crying. Everyone, I miss Whitney. And Whitney was the most, and it's like, when? When?
Yeah.
Like we gotta be more aware. Go ahead.
Look at Amy Winehouse, somebody who committed. You know, like, and it's just wild that, like, if you watch the documentary, you see like certain celebs even using their platform to make fun of her when she was going through her whole, you know, depression and, you know, whatever she was going through that had her losing weight drastically and noticeably, where it was like something could be wrong, and they're like using their platform to make fun of her, and then she committed, and then it's like, oh,
why was she doing? She's wealthy, and what was like, why? And oh my gosh, I didn't realize you didn't realize, because again, you said a key word over there, lose weight. You know, you can't just lose weight. If you're a celebrity, you've got to be. What is he sick? You got age. What's like? You're doing drugs. You can't have, like, you know, you can't have cancer or something and just don't want to make it a public forum because you're not looking for sympathy. You can't have diabetes or something. That's
perfect example. Because you just said the C word.
I know what you get ready to say.
Right. But what's his name?
Bossman.
Chad. Look, the perfect example. Somebody who was battling for his life.
Right.
And then he passed, and it was like, oh, I didn't know. Yeah, you know what? What I remember while you were saying is, you know, when you grow up, and this might be a outdated thing, but when your parents just said, you don't got nothing good to say, don't say nothing at all.
Right.
Like, what are you using your energy for? You know what I'm saying? Like you can use your energy for anything. Like you can shed light on the situation, or you can shed shade on the situation. Like, which one are you going to do? Like light would be, you know, acknowledging, you know, are you okay? Or is this like whatever it is, like positivity? Oh, I love something. Why is it so hard to compliment? And it's so much easier to shade again. Like, that part I don't understand with society. And then you compliment somebody, like you doing too much, or you can I curse on him?
We doing that. Somebody paying us. We just trying to bring awareness, but we still real. Her shit got him.
They like, you know, you compliment somebody, they like, oh, get off their dick, or get off, like, and it's like, why I gotta be all of that? Because I'm acknowledging something, or I'm bigging someone up on something. Like, I'm at like where I'm at is personally, like, I'm conscious of how I use my energy and what I'm gonna say, because you speaking it. Like, I don't want to speak bad on nobody, or it's bad on like negativity on anybody. I might shed light on something that that, like I said about TSR, like from what I see them post, I'm like, yo, I'm shedding light on what I acknowledge, but I ain't say nothing about bullying them or they're less than this or call them out their name or anything. But it's just, I don't understand with society how they just, everybody has a voice. Yes, everybody can get on social media. You can say whatever, but I don't understand why they use their energy, their time to say things that are not healthy. They're not positive. They're not good. Like, even if it's on a bad situation, even if somebody abused or whatever, like I'm still not gonna be like, I'm gonna be like, yo, why would they do that? Like, what's wrong?
Right,
Like,
that's concern.
what the fuck is
Like,
happening?
what's happening? And I piggyback off something you said when we was just talking about Chadwick. What you said, people will say, "Oh, I didn't know." Well, why did you have to know? Like, do you like why did what difference would
Mind
it
your
have
fucking
made
business. Like,
if you? But here's the thing: what difference would it have made if you would know? Oh, you wouldn't have said he's on drugs, right? You wouldn't have been
right,
bashing and bullying him had you known. So what you're saying is a person needs to tell you, oh, everything that's going on in their life and explain everything that they do and the reasoning behind what they
right,
do, so that you will get an understanding. Do you
right,
explain your whole life? Is that not why
right,
there's things called privacy in your life and
right.
walls and doors around places so that you're not always exposed?
Yeah.
Why if I would have known, and that's just it. We don't have to know everyone's business. We don't even know these people. These are actors and singers.
Don't
Let them come do what they do.
have a
These
job.
people, we get yes.
That's it.
When we start talking about the job, we always say, "Why is somebody in my business at my job? Let me do my job."
That's a fact.
Let them do their job.
Yeah.
You like, and if you're a fan, be a fan. That's
Yeah.
it.
Sit there and be entertained.
Understand that at the end of the day, we are all human beings.
First
Period.
and
Before
foremost.
anything. We all have feelings and emotions. We all have a mental health capacity. We are all like, just think about what you're doing and saying. And again, I am by no means, because I can sit on people, or Reese with her big mouth, she hear her on the plate, because again, that's what they do. No, I'm not saying I don't have thoughts and opinions that might not be nice. But what I'm saying is I don't need to come into a public forum and push them out. They're my feelings, then I keep them. I talk about them in closure with whoever I may want to talk to, but that not to hurt someone. And again, like I said, all the time, I don't think it's conscious. I don't. I really don't. But I think that you got to think about it, because again, some people say, "Oh, that's a star," and it's not like he or she is reading my post. They don't.
You'd be surprised.
You'll be surprised.
Mm-hmm. You'll be surprised. What's that show? I think Twitter does it. I don't know the name of the show though, but celebrities like they interview them while they read tweets about themselves, like people who tweet them, and people be saying some crazy shit.
And I know people at this point that don't have social media, and it's like there might be something of importance. It's like, oh, did you see, again, like the Red Table Talk, that definitely is. I love that. I'm just stuck on that. that I am stuck on that. But that one that just created this, which we'll do a whole separate podcast on that, because that's about living your best life and learning and loving yourself. But because that definitely takes time. But even with that, it's like, I don't know. I just it peeves me. It really does, and I just think that is very important for consciousness. And we would be surprised who's reading our comments, who's looking, and when it becomes a large amount, people they go with it. They go with it.
Right.
Let me. I want to get to something like, just to show how.
I'm gonna bring that Kanye West up. You were talking about that or no?
Oh yeah, because
all right.
I think wasn't it Kanye that said in the song, "Don't read the comments"? like one of his lyrics. It was "Don't read the comments." I can't remember the name of the song though. It was before Donda. Yeah.
The caption of this caught me again.
Yeah.
I love when everyday people who have it, and yes, I do take offense sometimes because I'm over what $100,000 from spending money in school, learning, and all those years. So when people just, again, you can get on here and say whatever you want to, but when you said, and you said, y'all can't tell me there's nothing mentally wrong with Kanye. That's just one. I've seen where other people have said, "Oh, he's this. Oh, he's bipolar, or he's the." Based on what?
Right.
I mean, so when you speaking from what? Okay, and he meets the DSM-5 criteria. How is he mild, moderate, or severe? So when you're making these diagnoses of a person that you don't know at all you know is what he presents to you, because you don't hang out with him, you don't live in his house, you don't know what he does. This could all be an image. Don't we know how people like where would you actually put a mental health diagnosis on a person now? And to be real, to go off of history, a lot of geniuses, many of our past geniuses did have a mental health diagnosis.
Right.
They did.
Right. In the scientific sense, right. Exactly.
But they were geniuses. They brought something to this world.
Right.
Besides gossip, something that everyone can bring. It's weird.
Right.
So when we say that, even if he was, what is a mental health, like what is the stigma that you're putting on mental health? Right. And this is what deters a lot of people from going. Oh, I don't want to be caught in a therapist's office, or I don't want to be met. Like, first of all, let me just be clear. You don't have to have a full diagnosis to see a therapist.
Yeah.
You can be having what is known as an episode. You could be having a trying time in your life. So when people are deterred from, oh, I don't want to label. No. Or I don't want someone telling me how to do. Let me be clear again. If you're going to see a therapist and the therapist is telling you what to do, you need a new therapist. That is not a therapist. So when people come on here and I watch them and they give all this advice about what, and they speak and they tell them they're coaches, and you're giving your opinion. And we don't have an opinion. My thought is my job is to help you see you, for you to be conscious of you and what is happening to you, for you to be, long as you are comprehending what's going on, you have a right to do anything. Right. You have a right to choose. Again, as also a licensed drug counselor, same thing. When my client comes, oh, you here to tell me what? No, I'm not here to tell you, but I just want to make sure you're conscious. Do you understand how this drug is affecting you physically? Do you understand how this drug is affecting you mentally? Do you understand what it is doing to your family? Oh, okay. So once you do you still have a choice? Yes. Right. You have a choice. Right. We have this thing of, and I realize everyone says this. Why can't people live their own life? I got a right to live my life the way I want. It's my life. It's my life. I don't need people when something falls on them. Facts. They stand for the individuality. But then when it starts to look out into the world and at other situations, that mentality goes out. It then becomes, you're supposed to live it my way. You're supposed to follow the norm. Because what is the norm? Because if there is any time, if there's anyone, these people above 30, 35, you realize that the world we living in is not a norm. Not the norm that we know. When I watch television, that is not the norm that I know as norm. That is not the norm I grew up in. When I childhood, the way children talk to their parents, the way they sit in conversations with adults, and there's no more. Yeah. I don't even know if there's still a child's place. I grew up in a time where there was a place for a child. So again, what was norm to me is not a norm that I see. Does that mean it's wrong? No. I just still have the same norm in my household. In my structure, we follow some of the same old school norms. But that's at this point, we're abnormal. We're abnormal at this point. So when
there's a saying, what's normalcy, what is it? What's normalcy to a spider is chaos to an insect. The one that got caught. Like the spider is just going to get their food. Like catch you on a web, I'm just normal. This is normal. Let me go eat. And what that's chaos to the one that's caught. It's like, oh shit, I'm in this web. So like when you think about it, like normalcy, like you said, the perception of normalcy is so, there is no right and wrong of normalcy. Like you look at the animal food chain when people go on safaris and whatnot, and you know, they go to like a wild one and see like an animal, or they watch videos and you see like an animal about to just do what it does and eat another animal. They're like, oh, why is it doing that? It's fucking normalcy. And they're in that world, that's their norm. The lion is going to get that gazelle. And that's normalcy. But somehow it's just everybody's so projective with what their normalcy is. And like you said, oh, it doesn't, it's not like, it's not my way. It's not what I'm used to. All right, cool. Mind your business then. Like,
right. That's like I said, it's all I look, another thing we got now with the with the vaccine. I've seen if you don't take the vaccine, oh, you're dumb, and why are these people, and don't say nothing, and when you drop dead and they should die, and it's like, whoa,
look at that, look at this shit they
whoa,
like,
whoa. I again, this is my opinion. I have it, and nothing is going to change, because if there's one thing what COVID has done for me is tell me that again, I've always heard this thing, you can die tomorrow. Life is not promised to you. But to be honest, in the back of my mind, I'm like, okay, as long as I stay out the hood, the streets, and do it, I'm going to live. No. I know now, and I truly believe I've lost so many people, close people, that some kind of bug they can put out tomorrow, and I can be gone. So if it's anything, I've learned that no, it's not promised, and I'm going to live it to the best how I want to live it. So it is in my choice not to take the vaccine yet.
Right.
I'm not against it, or I haven't decided. But again, it is an experiment that I can go with anybody. We can debate for hours. It is an experiment that one that I don't choose to be a part of. I've been a part of experiments. I've given blood. I've gone to anxieties. I've been in studies. So, but this one I just choose not to. And there are plenty of times that I was on the verge. Like I was in New York one time. I was on the verge of going. I'm like, all right, I'm gonna get it because I'm up here, and we gotta be. It's every. And as I'm on my way to get it, they say we giving out $100 to everybody. And it just took me aback, bro. Why you gotta pay to help me with $100 for every person? I'm like, whoa, wait. Nah, I'm going to wait again.
Yeah, like what? Like niggas is giving out donuts and tickets. Speaking of,
it's not motivating me, but because I don't think anything is wrong. I got my partner right here, best friend, has the. If anything goes, we do it every day. We going back and forth about this, that. But he has it. I ain't mad. Like, shoot, I was here when he first got. I'm like, yes. You know what I'm saying? I'm rooting for him. Like, you good. That doesn't have anything to do. It's just a choice at a time. And again, that's all it is. Because we can always change our mind, but because I don't have it doesn't make me a bad person. Now, again, one, on theory, you should be protected from me. So you should feel like I'm the dummy. I'm more at risk. Why are you upset that I don't have it?
Right. Like this whole Kyrie Irving thing is like, is mind-boggling to me. What are y'all so mad at this man about? he didn't say he against it. He didn't say anything about negative about it. He just said, yo, me, my choice. I thought I lived in the land of the free. I thought, why don't I have the freedom to opt out and say, for me, it's a no? Like, why does it have to be something's wrong with me? Oh, you giving up X amount of millions of dollars and that's not gonna, they're gonna, man, just take the shot and play basketball. Like, what? So he's not a human first? He don't, the money, nobody care about no money. That's the lowest form of currency. But it's something.
No, they want to bully him in to take.
Right.
You want to force what your norm or what you're doing on me. It's like, okay, I don't. Even if you said, hey, well, listen, I don't want you around me without. Again, for me, it's like I still have to stay on extra precautions that some of you don't have to. And Miguel, even if I had a shot, I don't. It's still his premise. I'm still going to wear the mask. I'm still going to do this and that. But at the same time, like when people say, well, you didn't take it, but okay, I might have taken the shot, but I've taken other steps to protect me. I've never, I'm not a vitamin. I couldn't even take pills. Anybody know me? I'm crying, gagging. No, I take them all. Zinc, every day. Again, what do we talk about? Vitamins. Mark, what do we talk about for vitamins?
All the time, vitamins. What we doing? Yeah.
I'm taking chlorophyll and black seed.
Oh, the black seed. I got that zinc.
Zinc, right? Now. We on the phone talking about what pills. No, he told me you gotta add zinc to it.
Gotta add zinc to it. I'm boost up that immune, you know what I'm saying?
I've never done in my life to protect me. I'm not going all the places that I once went. I'm cautious when I'm going there, and I'm protecting myself. That again, I am making life changes because some people just took the shot. Now they didn't make any changes, not taking any vitamins, not doing anything. All around people open and no mask. Well, I took the shot, and it's like, hey, buddy, hey.
Excuse me, E, Treasure.
What's going on?
We got somebody live want to comment on cyberbullying.
Who's that? Let's go. They want to join in the comment.
Right. Here we go with it.
Hello, everyone. Good morning.
Good morning. Mm-hmm. So I would love to hear your opinion, Miss. Am I saying it right? Menace?
Yes.
All right.
I've been tuning in for a while, and to sums everything up, it's all about self-awareness of self. And I feel like from the bullying to being forced to take a shot, we as individuals don't know ourselves. So we need to take the time to do that. And a lot of the times, even as adults with children and everything, we don't. We even decisions that we made as children of goals we've never pursued. We get brainwashed. We follow suit to just different realms. You get what I'm saying? Whether it's dating, whatever.
Yep.
Nobody has their self.
Yeah.
So opinions is like they're following more. We're making more leaders.
Right.
So when someone stands out, it's a threat.
Right.
It needs to be put out. It needs to be put away and shunned away. And that is the problem. You know, we kind of shine a light more on the negative. You get what I'm saying? Even as far as like preference. Right?
Yeah.
That is like highlighted to the capacity. You know, from my age growing up, that wasn't a major thing. We still was just talking about, gear and things of that nature. Mm-hmm. I have a preteen and they're already talking about preference.
Right.
In school. And I'm like, I'm the parent. So it's just a lot that goes on that we tap in and we nitpick and we beat people down about because we're suffering it from ourselves and what we've been around.
Right.
And a lot of the times we don't want to say it's a we problem, but it's a we problem.
For sure.
You know, and we're never gonna get nowhere until we really sit down like, yo, we have a problem. we feed these people every time we log on.
Right.
You know, we sit there and allow certain things because we claim that we want mental health stability. That's true, but at the same time, our children still walk the same street.
Right.
Right. Right.
How could you not feel the same way I would feel if it was your child or
Right.
mine?
Right.
And
So
that is something to knowing that your child, and again, that's so many other topics that we're going to talk on. And I think that was the whole point of me starting the whole wanting to do this talking for togetherness. Like that's, the show, because it's like, my theory is that we're all hypocrites. And we can never make change until we acknowledge, again, you can't fix a problem until you acknowledge there's a problem. And and I said I included myself, because again, even as I'm in my daily life change, I still will reach bumps and make mistakes. I have to constantly stay conscious and remind myself. But again, on a daily basis, I try to stop the hypocrisy. But overall, I feel we are in us as minorities, we are hypocrites. And until we acknowledge we're hypocrites, we're not going to be able to change. We say things, we do things, like when people talk about, and again, I'm from the projects ghetto, thank you to get out. But I have people say, oh, don't talk about white people, that's their business. And it's like, well, yeah, you and your child is your business up until they start going to daycare and everything else. Now they have to come and intertwine with my child. So no, again, if it's you in your house and you live here and no one goes out of these four, there's nobody's business. But yes, once you're intertwining in the world, in the workplace, and all these things, yes, we are. And my brother's keeper, yes, I am. I am. Now, do I force them to be something that I am? No. But like I said, it's not. Some things are conscious and some things are conscious. And from this, right now, even if it's just one person saying, you're right, she's kind of right, I got them to totally affect your life. Don't let this social media platform be the end all say all of what you're going through. Don't. And then at the same time, like I said, I know people who don't use any of, I don't do that because it's just negativity. No. There's some positivity on here too. There's some good things. There's some good shows. There's some eye openers. There's this. Don't allow it to have a negative effect. Change the narrative. Change, like you just said, you took the shade room off because, again, that whole platform is built around shade. But I can look at something that might not be shady. Okay, once I start reading the comments, it's like, oh, I don't want to read the comments. Just bypass it. Engage in what you engage in. And I encourage more than anything for people to stop looking at the post or the highlight. Go research it. It's just like a rumor. We didn't, growing up, none of us wanted to be a part of a rumor. It's like, well, where did that come from? You're trying to get down to the nitty gritty of who started the rumor when it's on you. But now it's like we hear this stuff and we run with it. Go look it up. Go research it. You like, now they have these banners that kind of stop some of these false claims. But no, first of all, it was a time everybody said everything on Oprah Winfrey. Well, you heard that on the Oprah Winfrey show. On the Oprah Winfrey show. It's like, what? So, like, what show? Which episode? Okay, all of them are posted. So, like, really dig deep to see where things challenge it, change it, because again, it is overall having a horrible effect. And like I said, I'm sure that mental health, it was something, it's always been there, it's always been a problem. But no, you can look at the data. Children are being so many more children are like suicide, ready to kill themselves. Even what you, like you just said, preference. That's a whole different thing. Again, another topic that we are going to address, taboo, because even with freedom of speech, in certain things, you can't have freedom of speech. You can't. So you can't talk about it. I living in my own truth. I'm going to talk about what I want to talk about. I'm going to say what I want to say. But I don't have to offend to say if a difference in opinion. We have to learn to agree to disagree.
Right.
You can't force. I know, because I definitely know. Because again, even like you said, the conversation it's people say, oh, again, there's agenda. In my opinion, the world has an agenda that they're pushing on us. And sometimes when I speak, in other forums about the agenda, that I've been classified homophobic by far. No, I'm saying for children, first of all, why are we talking about sexual and preference? Period.
Right.
Period. I'm not talking about what you wearing. Oh, you could be tomboy because I grew up. You was tomboy. You was gothic. I didn't say you couldn't be here. Hold on. I didn't say that.
Right.
There's a problem with me when we talking about, because again, even if it was my own kid, it's not that I'm going to shun you. But what you talking about? What you like? I like. Whoa, because even as a kid, you can't have my girl. Oh, I like the boy in school. Oh, you too young to like the boy in school. What are you talking about?
Right.
We redirect that because it's not about what it is. It's about timing. And then if there's anything that we know, we change. As time, we change our thoughts, our preferences, our likes, our interests. We change. The woman I am today, the thoughts and opinions about even preferences is not who I was growing up. But again, the difference between us growing up, no one was watching us. So we made a choice and we did something. If you didn't have a picture of me wearing a boy outfit or climbing a tree, that didn't happen. But see, now if I'm a tomboy, or I think, again, that's what I'm saying, we shouldn't be deciding. Now I want to be, okay, now I'm more feminine. Guess what? Everybody's getting ready to show every tomboy picture. They're going to keep tagging it. Oh, you ain't see her when she was She didn't see it. You can't escape it. And that's why I'm saying, when you're so young, let's not make decisions for the world right now. It might be your decision. It might be. But again, we in a world where you can't escape what you say or decide today. So again, it's just it's the same thing as this. What bullying and what we say and do, we might have these feelings. It's not to say that I don't say some stuff behind my, but it's not for the world that I can't take back, or I can't have a difference in opinion. And that's the bigger picture, is consciousness. I won't even say awareness, because when I have these discussions with so many people, we're aware of what's going on. We don't want to own up to our part we play in it.
Right.
That's the ownership.
Nobody want to do this.
They
only want to do that when it's pretty. They want to look in the mirror when it's pretty. They
don't
want
want
to
sit. That's why I do my volunteer work. I do this, I do that. Yeah, and you also was on there talking about how the marriage should be destroyed, how they need to go. So yeah, you know.
Nobody want to sit with themselves. It's a tough thing to sit with yourself, but on the other side of that uncomfortability is growth, is evolution, is strength, like it's renewal, like it's elevation. Like when you sit with yourself and really like you said, like when you become self-aware and you become aware of yourself and you become conscious of what you're doing and how you are, good, bad, whatever, positive, negative, you start to, you become the driver of you.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? And if you're not the driver, who is? Social media, the media itself, TV, a celebrity. Because now you just following with your head down. You just running with your head down. You just going wherever somebody else is going. You don't even know who you are and what you really like, or what you're bad at. Like, what's your flaws? We all got it. We ain't perfect. Perfection is not the goal, because times change. Like, it's just about evolution and of self and growth of self. So it's not like to say like, oh, you're bad. You got to sit with yourself and really realize how fucked up you. Nah, it's take it easy, but acknowledge like you did some shit or you're doing some shit that's like it's fucked up, or it's like it's hurting somebody. Like, damn, I shouldn't have said that. Like, I sit with myself a lot of the times, every time. And sometimes I'll drive and I won't even say that to somebody, but like I'll be like, this fucking person. And I say it to myself in the car, and then I get around and I see it's a old person. I'm like,
yeah.
Shouldn't even thought that. And
guilty.
Myself, like, you need to chill. I was talking to myself last night, and I was driving. I was driving in the Bronx, I hate doing it, but I was like, you need to chill, like relax, like it's cool. I got around this old lady. I'm like, I went to like the fuck is? And I was like, oh shit, my bad. And I sat with self and was like, I had a moment, like, yo, you gotta chill, relax, like take it easy. But we don't do that with ourselves, and I don't understand why. Because if we did, we will know self more, and we'll be more conscious, and we'll be more aware of what we're doing. But shit like bullying, cyberbullying, and speaking on somebody else's marriage or somebody else's relationship in a negative sense,
Somebody
saying
else's
you
kid,
need to
like,
do this, and you ain't. It's like that wouldn't exist if we just sat with ourselves and really learned self and evaluated ourselves. And you'll start. There's a sense of freedom, and you start. All right, cool. That's their preference. That's great. That's great. I understand. I don't agree. Like I told, like me and you had a conversation. We was talking about understanding and agreeing. It's two different things. I understand. I just disagree, and that's cool. If we can have an understanding with each other, a lot of the shit that we can separate, understanding and agreement, a lot of the shit would be dismantled. A lot of it.
And like I said, it boils down to a sense of individuality. That everybody says that they want. I want to be. Why can't I live and make my own choices and live my life, raise my family, and do things how I want to? And again, you can, but a lot of times you don't. And you don't, as you're saying it, you don't even realize this is something you really don't want to do. This is a fashion that you really don't like, these shoes, but that's what everybody else is wearing. And so you're going to wear them. And it's like, no.
Right.
And here's the other thing, again, because like I said, I've had the leader role to a certain extent, but I realized where people might not have seen it or saw it, I realized within myself, personally getting to know me, I was a follower in a lot of things, walking as a leader, like nobody, I do what I want. No, but a lot of things that I do because I want to do this, or I feel like wearing that. I don't because like, oh, I know they're gonna say something. I go outside, it's gonna be a clown, they're gonna joke away.
Right.
But see, when you get to that point that you let that go, the happiness that comes with you're being you, and you don't even want to hurt you don't want to hurt others. You want to be you happy, and you want to share it, because that, even like I said with myself, I am at the happiest I could be. And it's like, oh, people are really, I'm not letting that energy destroy what. So now I'm so happy. I want others to be like, listen, just think about whatever your happiness is. It's not whatever. I don't have something that I'm saying, what makes you happy? What's making me happy? Just that I do whatever I want to. That is bringing, like, if I feel like wearing this, if I feel like not, like I said, don't perm your hair or go natural or wear wig or color your gray. No, I do it all. I do whatever I feel like it. And that brings me a sense of happiness. But I'm also conscious not to be hurting someone, or what I could be saying along my way, because this works for me. Watch your words. You could be hurting someone else trying to, live in your happiness. And all I want people to do is start picking yourself, because it feels good when you start, when you get to know you know what makes you happy. We know, we just experienced the loss. Life is not promised, and you can't take nothing with you.
Nope.
Nothing.
Nothing at all.
So while you live all day, you don't want to live your life and you was miserable the whole time, and then next to you, because again, that not only does it mess your mental health messes with your physical health.
Right.
Yep.
You walking into the doctor like I have, and he's telling me I had a stroke, and I'm like, when? I never had no stroke. No, you did. When? So there are things going on within our bodies that we're not even conscious of. So every time we sit and we bite our tongue, or we're getting all upset and engaged in someone else's lifestyle and in their business, and it's like you doing something to yourself inside. You might not know what it is, but something is going on inside, and things that we can't see. So again, that's just my goal. Live the best. Be conscious of what you're doing. Don't separate celebrity from everyday people. Don't think that your word doesn't reach their ears or anything. Again, you the one that made them a celebrity. A celebrity was your purchase, your word. Look, we got what is this now? The reality stars. What are you talking about? Your words made them a star. So when you say, does it matter what you say? Yes, it does. You made that person. This wasn't like an occupation and you had to go learn how to dig holes or draw graphs or something like that. This is nothing but people words making you and sometimes their finances. But again, on these celebrity reality TV, no, there's no money invested in that. It's just people, your words. People's words made you a star. So when you say it don't reach, it reaches. It has an impact. It makes a difference. Right. So I think, and I just want, like I said, Mark, can you get to? I just want to real quick.
Which one?
I just kind of want to show how cool people can be, and when they think they're not.
I got that little Kim thing.
Go ahead, yeah, put that. But that's what the daughter. Little Kim, no, she wrong. Which again, they don't even. We could go into no because that's not NO, that's NOW. So while you're bullying somebody say, your spelling and things like you're not even conscious of yourself. Little Kim, no, she wrong for doing that to the baby eye. Like she knew full well that pussy was too aged to be getting knocked up. Like, first of all, like you're belittling her. You're talking about her age. She's not as old. Like people, what are you talking? She's not age. It's not Down syndrome that's affiliated normally with aged and pregnancy. But so, which again, that means you're not knowledgeable. But now you're insulting a child, a baby, an innocent child. Like some of these things, you come on. What type of person are you? And I made sure, again, even with that, pulling out some of the statements that people made, again, except for C's, but that's something totally different. It's a generalized statement. I pulled it away. I pulled out who made the comments, because again, that's a form of bullying too. Right. Because now here's this person that made the statement, and maybe they wasn't thinking, and maybe they didn't realize it now. So for me to highlight who said it, and then someone else sees it, it can be some. So again, there are little things that we don't unconsciously like. Yes, it takes a lot to make these changes. It takes a lot of self-awareness. But the goal, as what they call it, Maslow's pyramid, self-actualization. Know who you are. Get in tune with yourself and try to live the best way. And unfortunately, there are some mean people that are conscious. Don't get it twisted. Hurt people. Yes. But some of them are hurt and they don't even realize they're hurt. Trauma. And there are some people that they're conscious. My goal is to hurt people. Whatever is their driving force, I don't know. But you have people that's just jealous. People have money, have clothes, and it's like, why you don't like him? Because other people like them. And it's like, I've seen people. It's like, oh, he don't have anything. He's poor. He's struggling, and you don't like him. Why? You have everything on the surface. And it's just, well, I don't like them because people like me. Well, they like, so it's so much to this. That's why I say, no, I don't think overall I could see a change in the overall world in my lifetime. But I think that it can be changed. Each one, teach one. It can be a slow. And if 10 people live their best life, and in a number of 20, I'm happy with that. Opposed to 20 people not living their life. Right. Just going throughout life, following. And if there's anything that you can see and learn at this time, is this the time to live your own life? This is not the time to be a this the world is in a ray. They don't know which way. We don't know which way we're going. So this is the time for I'm gonna go ahead and do my own thing. I'm gonna do my own way.
I got this.
What you said?
Nah.
Oh, right. He's trying to go to heaven. not be burning in hell with Travis Scott and his dark ass soul.
Sheesh. That was dark.
Again, I don't listen to Travis Scott. I mean, I know who he is. I know who he dates, his big mother, and all of that. But again, and I don't even know, because there is stuff as, you know, devil music or whatever that worship the devil, and I don't even know. But again, his soul and like. Have you ever met, like, none of these people never even met these people, haven't had a conversation with them, and you sitting here and we talking about a concert. Again, that is such a tender subject because there was lives lost, but I've been to plenty concerts where people have fainted.
Right.
Like, honestly, I've never seen a concert stop because someone fainted. Again, now if there's mayhem and there's controversy, yes, but I think that's with security and things. I think that blame falls on a different angle. I'm a performer
Right.
here. Again, I don't know. I'm young. I'm what?
Right.
I don't know. But with such a tragic situation, again, you don't know how that played on his mind. You don't know if he's going home like, oh my God, they died because of me. Oh my God, like I killed this.
Right.
You don't know what's happening without nothing being said, without any lawsuits, without anything. You just don't know how he felt. Because at the end of the day, is what in it, I, you know, don't know, I don't think, it doesn't appear to be his fault. But just think, it's my concert and 8 people died. That can be traumatic in itself. But now you're blaming him and you're calling him a devil. You can push him over the edge.
That's a fact. That's a fact.
And if you hate him so much, but y'all is one of the largest concerts ever. Like, so when it's like a love, we're so hypocritical.
Right.
We talk about these stars. Oh, this one didn't give enough money to the Jay-Z. He's this, he's Illuminati, and then you at the concert. And you buying the album. How you know? How you know what he's saying? If you don't, like, why? What are you talking about? So why don't you just disassociate yourself, period, and just don't, like, that's it. It's as simple as I don't have to say anything. I don't listen to the music.
If you don't eat something, right? If you don't eat like if you don't eat meat, you don't talk about meat like all the time. Like, you just, when you go to the restaurant, you don't say what you don't want. You say what the fuck you want, right? Like, yo, let me get the whatever it is that you want. You don't be like, you don't go to the menu and talk. Right. Like, it's, I don't understand. It's, why focus on what you, or on the negative, or what you don't like, or what you don't fuck with, when you could just fuck with whatever you fuck with, like, and just live happy. Like, just focus on what you like and just keep it pushing.
Because everybody wants to be heard. That's the thing now. That's the thing. Everybody wants to have this big opinion. Again, including myself, because we want to be heard, even though what we're pushing is positive, but we want to be heard because we wouldn't be on here. Like, we've all talked about this in privacy. So again, we want to be heard because that's why we're on a public forum. But it's what you want to be heard for. Yes, I do. I want to be heard, but I don't want to tell anybody what to do. I'm not saying anything is right or wrong. I'm saying, even if you want to bully somebody, I'm saying, I want you conscious of what it does, what it could possibly do to someone else.
Right.
I can't tell you. I'm not telling you what to say. That again, that's still control. Like I said, there's some people, this is their life. They're motivated by that. So I'm not on here to tell you don't do it or whatever. I want you to know that it exists, because again, some people, I've said something like, "What is cyberbullying?" Right. So let me just explain it to you. So that let me just help you be conscious of it. You do it. You do it. It's gonna go on, but as time, because even here, as time goes, we're not this big on a big platform, but if, let's say we were, there would be people that would get right on right after this and say, she needs to mind her business, or who she is, with a hair out of place, or, you know, it's like someone is gonna say, like, that's reality.
Right.
That's just how it will go. Oh, hey, look at him. He had on a t-shirt, and the other one glasses. What kind of glasses was those? Those were and she got on the hat, knowing the girl ain't supposed to wear. Like, that's just it.
Yeah.
That is really it. And so again, when I come on here, that's the beauty for me, is I don't give a damn. Like you can say whatever. I'm at that point. I've been fat all my life. I've been told, I don't care.
Right.
So, and that's the beauty of it. I don't care what you say. Oh, ain't nobody watching. She was out there acting like she was gonna be for some podcast stuff. I don't care. I was up here and I said that's what I want to do.
Yeah.
And somebody is gonna hear it. And again, even Miss Ministry, somebody heard like, yeah, wait, that's food for thought. Wait, I got something to say.
Right.
So that's look, that's it. Because I wanted somebody else to hear. Me and my people, I'm at the point in life where I don't really talk to people that don't have substance to talk about.
Right.
I don't have. I stopped talking because again, growing up here, we talking about people who we talking about people. We talking about the same people we hang with, the same people we know. That's the bulk of our conversation. No, that's not the bulk of my conversations as an adult.
Right.
So I don't care.
Right.
But that me at this point, the goal is achieved already.
Yeah.
But I'm sure there'll be others that will just stop and think like, yeah, Twitter fingers, but you might Twitter pause. Because like I said, Twitter pause now. I say stuff, but I'll be like, oh, wait, that don't
Right.
That don't mean I didn't think it. Like I said, I'm not trying to change. You got your thoughts is your thoughts. We're gonna have thoughts that come. And just to use what they said, the baby in the baby's eyes. I would be a lie to say if I ain't seen some babies, but that's an ugly baby. Again, it can be ugly today and beautiful tomorrow. What we spawn into, if you see, it ain't what they call it, the glow up. So again, I'm not saying a thought don't come. But I'm saying, what if that was your thought? That's what you felt. What value did it need to be heard? Like, keep it to yourself. And that's all. That was the goal of the show. I just wanted, people to just, whoever listens, whoever, think about what you're saying. Let's be more conscious. And overall, not is bigger than words. Your little words are not little words. Your one voice is a voice that adds on each voice, that every person that puts a post, and then you have people comment on it and do all these different things. That one voice became 50 just that quick.
Right.
One statement can turn into a whole stream of comments. I know I've written novels trying to debate stuff that people just say off of lack of comprehension and not living their best life and just following the norms. So my goal today has been achieved.
Right.
I feel good. Miss Menace, thank you for joining us.
Thank you.
Your opinion. And I hope you join us again because we will be back. Calvin, Mr. Organic Brownie, don't even know. I'm dragging him. He's going to be a new co-host down the line. I involuntarily because of it's not many people that I've been coming across lately. It's some, but not a lot. That's not saying that they're not opinionated or they're not good people, but I'm talking about living their own life. And and some people living their best life under the norms. Yeah. But then some of us are living our best life with abnormal thoughts.
Right.
And so we share that from relationships to, things of that nature. And I am stuck on the Jada.
I love it.
I have to break that little interview down. Not the whole thing, but the whole what she said about what you want in your sexual life and your preferences and choices, opposed to where they said Will. She didn't say nothing about Will. She was talking about me. I was like, what's she talking about me? I should write her. She was talking about me.
Right.
She spoke about me. That's how I heard. I heard her say she read me top to bottom. So I definitely want to come back, and that is definitely I said probably the next show. That living your life. Are you living your life the way you want
your life?
Right. Your life with your needs, which does not your grandma's life, not your auntie's life, not your life. And I'm not talking to kids because these, kids. This is not. You don't got a life yet.
Yeah.
When you find it, you like kids is kids. I'm old school with that. Your life is as you come up, you got choices and decisions and preferences and likes to a certain extent. But as an adult, knowledgeable, experienced, I have to say experience and exposure, and I'm going to say that probably every single time I'm on the internet. Experience and exposure, more so exposure, will change everything. A lot of times I realize, even with talking to people, it's like, okay, where have you been? Because when you tell me that you've only been, and I'm from New York City, and I know people from Brooklyn. I know people that has only never been out of Brooklyn. Forget the Bronx, man. I was teaching in the Bronx, and it's like, oh no, bro, I ain't never been. You ain't never been to Brooklyn. Damn, you just go like, what you mean? I don't know. I've been to every state,
every borough at least.
I think 8, 9, 7, 6. I think I'm like, wow. So again, when you sit and you haven't been exposed to things, your mind is closed and it's hard to see out that box. And like I said, I realize I try to make sure I travel no matter what every year, but I try to go as many places as possible because I realize as I go different places, it opens up my mind. Growing up, I always thought the hood was the worst place. We was the most poverty-stricken and this and that, and we all struggle. I've come to the South, and I've gone to areas that is like, where the hell they do any of this at? Like, what the hell is going on in here? I am in the twilight zone, and it's like, no, I'm not better than what? It's not. I don't know. I'm just. Never seen anything like it. I'm not even trying to be better than I don't know what to do. I've never seen this happen. So again, you go out of the country, you see, we get a menu and it says a hamburger, French fries, chicken. We know that. I see a menu and it says monkey brain, or crickets, fried crickets, chocolate crickets. We eating this? Yeah, we eat it every day. I'm mice, rats. Yeah, people eat that. Dog, cat. Yeah.
You ever been to London?
Not yet.
Sidebar. London, they
Not
eat
yet.
beans. So they eat beans for breakfast. I'm like, beans?
Right.
Beans and eggs? Okay.
Wow.
I'll take it.
I exposure, and that's what I realized. Like I've spent a lot of time having debates. I'm the debate queen. I'm all, but I'm like, wait, my blood pressure going up for what? Where you been? Let's just start with that. Because if you haven't been exposed to much, but your neighbor and everybody around you that's in your norm, me having this conversation is going to be real hard for you to understand. It's like your brain is not going to open up to it. Again, that doesn't mean because you've been somewhere you're going to change your thought, but as you go places and you be exposed, you kind of, you can see the possibility. Oh man, I still ain't with it. Like I said, they eat crickets in my islands. Yeah, I didn't try some stuff. Now it's like it's a couple of birds out there. It's like, okay, I'm gonna survive when they take the food away. I'm gonna get a quail or something like. It's something like, it's some things, but then there's some things like, I feel that's a norm, but it's not for me.
Right.
And that's what the goal here. What's for you? What's for you?
For you, whatever it is, cool, great.
That's it.
Live that truth.
That's it. So for whoever joined in or whoever will join in later in the future and see it, I thank you. And I hope that you just take the time to just open up your thought process and just think outside about and second guess your actions, especially when it comes to dispute what you put out into the universe. Right. Period. It's not just Facebook. It's not just this, that, and because you delete it doesn't mean it go away. You see that they tell us every day. This is posted 10 years ago, and it's like, wait, I deleted that. What are you talking about? No, faith, they got it. And
come back up. Yeah.
They own everything.
Bring it right back up.
Yeah, I thought we all want to be, wealthy and stuff. So if we get wealthy and we out there, it's coming. Well, as soon as you reach any kind of wealth, what she said 40 years ago. So you want to put something out that you comfortable. Yeah, you can put this out when I'm 80. I'm not gonna be mad. That was me. Be conscious. So thank you. Anybody else got anything they want to, any closing?
Any closing?
That they wanna
living your truth, man. Just living your truth.
Right.
And I do want to say organic brownie does have that. That's my other thing. The mental health clothing, so that you kind of with those slogans. Because sometimes when you're wearing something, you be inspired. You got a shirt on that says be inspired. Like I wore this love. Just it was and it's cheap. We used to, let me see which one I got. I think it was rainbows. It got the little limples on it too. But I wanted to say it said love. And so as I'm out here, I'm like, okay, I don't want to just put, again, being conscious of what I'm trying to put out. I want to have something with an energy and
right.
I'm just learning bright colors. So I didn't have none to really just jump into, but I said love, because that's what I feel. And that's what I want to push out. And we need to all learn to push out, whether we like a person, we don't like what they do, whatever. You can separate yourself. It's a big world. Whoa, let's kind of get to this. Let's put some love out there.
Right.
Love out there.
Absolutely. And that's it. And that's really the core of my brand is to wrap up that. It's like that's exactly what I use the brand for. It's like what am I going to use this? Like, what am I going to say with this? Like this hat, it says life is always good. And it is, because one's perception is one's reality.
You speak that thing in existence.
Right. And I don't care what material shit is I don't have or whatever. Like, life is good. Life is always good. Like, I'm good.
Miss Menace, is life good for you?
Huh?
I said, is life good for you?
Yes, it is. It is.
Mr. Spinboy, is life good for you?
Life is good for me.
That's
It's getting
right.
a little bit better. I'm trying to get it a little bit better, but it's good right now.
It's good.
Right.
It's always good.
And if we got a stroke, I say that as a mental therapist, inbox me. Let's talk about it. Let's find out where it's at. Because life is good. It's good.
Right.
All right. I thank everybody.
Appreciate y'all. Next time.
Next time we'll be back.
Love.
Right.
Salute to y'all. All right.
All right.
All right.
One.